Next up, I have the privilege of introducing Buli Ndlovu, Executive Head, Retail and Business Banking Marketing. Buli Ndlovu is a multi-award winning marketing professional with over 18 years of experience across an array of industries, including FMCG and Telco. Buli Ndlovu is a strategic leader in the financial services industry. Buli is truly passionate about consistently delivering work that is socially impactful, commercially viable, and brand differentiating. Ladies and gentlemen, she's with us in the building. Let's show some love. Let's put our hands together for the one and only Buli Ndlovu. Come on, Soweto. We can do much better than that. Let's show some love.
Oh, I wanted to be the narrator. And as my luck would have it, broken English and all, I got the part. And so it was, after weeks of tireless rehearsals, opening night had arrived. Now I can clearly remember the dimly lit school hall, anticipation hanging in the air like a thick fog. The audience, just like you, a sea of faces eagerly awaiting the performance, and a young 7-year-old me standing front and center of the stage. My big moment had arrived. As the curtains rose and the spotlight pierced through the darkness and fell on me, I felt it. A sudden, paralyzing surge of fear crashed into me like a tidal wave, sending shivers down my spine. My heart pounding inside my chest, drowning out the world around me. My mind racing with thoughts of everything, except for my lines. The voices in my head whispered, "You don't belong here. They're going to hear your broken English. They're going to laugh at you so hard when you fail." These were the words racing through my mind as I tried to gasp for air, but it was almost as if the oxygen had evaporated from the room. I saw nothing but darkness. I heard nothing but the silence of 1,000 expectations. I felt nothing but paralyzing fear. I couldn't remember my lines. And just like that, my big night, my big moment, my big dream, it was all over. Now, I don't know how long I stood there frozen for, but in that terrifying moment, I realized that I had two choices. I could either surrender to the fear and let it define me for the rest of my life, or I could push through and take back control. I mean, I did need to leave the stage at some point in that night. And so in that moment, 3 things happened that would help me overcome this paralyzing fear. Firstly, I took a deep breath. It sounds simple, doesn't it? But in that inhale, I found a semblance of control amid the chaos that was inside of me. It grounded me, reminding me that I was still in charge of my destiny. Yes, even at age 7. Secondly, I reminded myself of my past wins, like the months I had spent sitting under the dining room table at home, reading while the family watched TV. I reminded myself of the weeks of relentless rehearsals leading up to opening night, hours spent in preparation. All of those reminders anchored me in my truth, which was that my English had gotten better over time. It wasn't as broken anymore. And the third thing that happened is that the conversation that was happening in my mind started to change. I had to tell myself that I belonged there on that stage. I was more than my fear. People needed to hear my voice. And as quickly as my lines disappeared is as quickly as those lines came back. And I flowed through the entire play and absolutely killed it, even if I do say so myself. Now, that moment has been a powerful force that has influenced every subsequent decision that I've had to make in my life, because it taught me the importance of having a winning mindset. See, a winning mindset isn't about never failing, but rather it's about refusing to let the fear or the failure define you. It's about resilience, choosing courage over comfort, action over hesitation, choosing to shine over shrinking. And because I didn't allow fear or failure to stop me that night back in the early 90s, my career has afforded me the opportunity to go on and to speak on stages across the world. And today I get to stand here in front of you in Soweto, in the heartbeat of where my dreams began. And that's why we're here today. Because in business and in life, your mindset is your greatest asset. It determines whether you thrive or whether you get stuck at the starting line. Time and time again, research continues to show that your mental toughness, your grit, your resilience is more important than anything else for achieving your goals. Now, I've been a corporate girly my whole life, but I've worked with small businesses and entrepreneurs like yourselves. And today, I want to ask you 3 questions, which I think as an entrepreneur, you should ask yourself when embodying a winning mindset and setting yourself up to thrive. And so as introduced, I am a marketer. And so it would be remiss if I didn't start by speaking marketing first, right? And that's because I truly believe that in today's world, businesses that succeed are the ones with a clear, purpose-driven brand. And with that, the first question that I want to ask you, and Sbu has already done a perfect job for me. He's really set me up for success. The first question I want to ask is, do you know what you stand for and why your business exists? A winning mindset isn't just about resilience. It's about the clarity of purpose, knowing who you are, what you stand for, and why you exist, why your business exists beyond making money. Now, the most successful brands in the world aren't just selling products and services. They're selling a belief, a vision, a purpose, a reason for being. And that's what makes them unstoppable. Think about it. Nike doesn't just sell shoes, right? They sell inspiration. Apple just doesn't sell devices. It sells innovation. It sells thinking differently. At Nedbank, we don't just give and take your money, but we use our financial expertise to do good for individuals, for families, for businesses, and for society. Let me bring it closer to home. Dr. Richard Maponya, who was dubbed the godfather of black business, his mission was clearly articulated. He wanted to see Soweto develop. And he was extremely clear about solving real challenges that the community faced. I mean, I was listening to an interview that he had done just before he passed, and he would consistently say, I want to take on unemployment of our young people head on. And he was very clear about the problem that he was trying to solve. And so all of these brands, when you think about it, are rooted on a deep and meaningful purpose. And as entrepreneurs, you are the brand. People buy into you before they buy into what you're selling them. And so in order to build a purpose-driven brand, firstly, define your why and be clear about it. Why did you even start? We heard on the pictures, Some people are very incredibly clear about the need that they're solving for in the community. Then you live your brand daily. Beyond just having a logo, beyond having an Instagram page, beyond having a Facebook page, how do you show up? How are you treating your customers? And how are you delivering on your promises? You then have to communicate your purpose authentically. Be real. Be consistent. Because people will see right through you when you're not real. And so the question that every entrepreneur must start asking themselves is, what am I building and why does it matter? Because in a crowded market where competition is fierce, price wars will drain you, but purpose will differentiate you. The second question I want to ask is, are you focused on execution excellence? Because a winning business is a business that delivers. You know, in my line of work, I receive proposals from small businesses on a daily basis, showcasing some of the greatest ideas I've seen in my life. But here's the thing, ideas are everywhere. What separates businesses that thrive from those that don't is disciplined execution. A winning mindset isn't just about vision, but it's about having the discipline, the systems, and the follow-through. You can have the best strategy, the most innovative idea, and the clearest of purpose. But if you don't get things done, your business will not survive. And unfortunately, the marketplace only rewards those who deliver and those who deliver consistently. People want to do business with those who show up, those who deliver. So when we think about execution, you have to think about building operational discipline and a reputation of excellence. It's about having those clear goals, clear execution plans, creating repeatable systems, because success is not a one-time event. It's built through habits and structures that you've built into your business that will ensure that you remain consistent. It comes from simple things like showing up on time and prepared. Sbu spoke about that. It comes through things like meeting deadlines. If you say you're going to send me a document on the 21st, make sure that I don't get it on the 27th, but I get it on the 21st. Delivering your service with excellence, solving customer problems before they get escalated. I mean, when you think about Dr. Maponya's early business on delivering milk to customers on his bicycle, he demonstrated an unparalleled work ethic. Rain or shine, the milk was delivered. Rain or shine, they were on their bicycles delivering the milk. Then, of course, operational excellence also involves being disciplined in your finances. Because a business that is financially disciplined is a business that can earn trust. Customers, suppliers, and investors need to see that you take your finances seriously. Again, there are disciplines that you can put in place to demonstrate this. For example, have you separated your personal and business finances? I mean, it seems like a basic thing to do, but we've seen a lot of entrepreneurs who mix up the two, making it very difficult to track progress and even to secure funding. Are you accessing and leveraging some of the banking resources that are out there and available for you? You know, if I can give an example, at Nedbank, we have an online platform called Simply Biz, which is designed to support small businesses by providing access to valuable resources, mentorships, networking opportunities, and even funding. Are you tapping into such resources? We've got the Nedbank Small Business Services, which offers a holistic suite of banking solutions that are tailored specifically for SMMEs. You see, a winning business isn't always just about having great ideas, but it's also the one that executes that idea with excellence, consistency, and discipline. And the last question that I want to ask you as you embody a winning mindset is, will your business survive tomorrow? Perhaps asked differently, are you building a business that will stand the test of time? One of the biggest mistakes that I've seen small businesses make is thinking about only today. How to make the next sale, how to survive the next month, without really thinking about what will keep them relevant 5 years from now. Now, if the last few years have taught us anything, is that the world is changing, and it's changing at a pace of noughts. From radical changes in customer preferences, to disruptive technological developments, to unpredictable economic conditions, the best businesses don't just react to change, but they anticipate it, and they adapt to it. Think about companies like Netflix and Amazon. They've mastered the art of reinvention. I mean, Netflix started as a DVD rental business. But when the market shifted and changed, they evolved into a global streaming giant that we know today. Whereas companies like Kodak, anybody remember Kodak? They simply refused to change. And guess what? They no longer exist. And so how do you build a business that lasts? You need to stay close to your customers. Your customers today are not the same as they were 5 years ago, and they won't be the same 5 years from now. And so if you're running a business the same way you did when you started, I can tell you now that you're already falling behind. The best businesses anticipate customer needs before they even arise. I spoke about it before. Are you prioritizing your financial health? A profitable business is not the same as a financially stable business. Long-term success requires things like strategic investments, cost management, cash flow planning. Are you thinking about that now? Technology, it's not a luxury, but it's an absolute necessity. And so are you embracing digital and innovation? A simple thing like, if your business is not online, does it even exist? Whether it's AI, digital marketing, e-commerce, are you leveraging the tools that help you stay competitive? Because the world, I was going to say, is going digital. But actually, the world is digital. And are you operating in that digital world? And the last thing around creating a lasting business is businesses that give back. Research from the Harvard Business Review shows that 64% of consumers choose brands based on their social impact. And so how is your business impacting the community in which it operates in? Customers want to support businesses that stand for something. And businesses that last are the ones that think beyond just selling, but they create ecosystems of value. You know, when I think back to Dr. Maponya and his example, him and his wife started with a milk delivery business, which later expanded into opening a butchery, 2 grocery stores, a restaurant, a funeral parlor, a filling station, a car dealership. And he later ventured into property, as we know, and went on to open the first shopping mall in Soweto, which has outlived him and is still standing even today. And so if you want to build a business that outlives you, are you thinking about building something that is bigger than yourself? And so as I close, I started this talk with a story about a little girl standing under the spotlight, paralyzed by fear. That little girl could have shrunk. She could have let fear and failure win. But instead, she chose to step up because she was incredibly clear about her purpose of using the power of her voice to inspire a generation to be the absolute best versions of themselves. She had put systems into place that allowed her to execute her craft with focus, discipline, and excellence. And thirdly, she's been creating ecosystems of value and future-proofing her expertise since she was 7 years old to date. You see, winning starts with the mindset. Every entrepreneur in this room will experience that moment that I had on stage. Yes, it will look differently for all of us, but it's a moment where fear, doubt, discouragement, and uncertainty will whisper in your ear. But ungavumi. Khana ka wena. You have to believe that no matter how hard things get, you are the type of person who has built a brand with purpose. That you are the type of person who executes with excellence, with consistency, with discipline, that you show up every day. And that you're the type of person who's future-proofing your business in order to leave behind a good legacy. Soweto, you are the ones you've been waiting for. This is not the time to shrink, because the world belongs to those who will not only start, but finish strong. Are you the one? My name is Buli Ndlovu. It's been an absolute pleasure chatting to you today. Thank you so much.